Listen, you worked hard, you struggled, you sacrificed, you waited. You imagined that one day, when you reach that point, when you achieve that goal, everything will finally settle. And then you reached it. People clapped, they congratulated. Your name was spoken with respect. The outer world said, you did it. But inside, something strange happened. Instead of peace, there was a silence that felt empty. Instead of joy, there was a hollow space. Instead of fulfillment, there was a quiet question, is this all? And you became afraid to admit it, because society worships success. If you confess emptiness after success, people will think you are ungrateful. They will say, what more do you want? They will call you spoiled, but you are not spoiled. You are simply awake enough to see the truth. Success cannot fulfill you. And not because success is bad, success is just limited. You are asking from success something it can never give. You are asking from the outside what only the inside can provide. Now understand, the emptiness after success is not an accident. It is a revelation. It is life showing you were running in the wrong direction. The mind promised you a paradise at the end of the road. You walked the road, and at the end you found a mirror. You found yourself again, and you realized you carried your emptiness all the way. Because emptiness is not cured by achievement. Emptiness is cured by awareness. Now, why does this happen? Because the mind lives by future. Ambition is a beautiful trick. It gives you a shining future. And because of that shining future, you tolerate the dull present. You say, okay, today I will suffer, tomorrow I will enjoy. Ambition is a drug that helps you postpone life, so you keep running, but the day you reach, the future disappears. Yes, the future was your fuel. Now it is gone, and suddenly you are face to face with the present, and in the present you find emptiness. Not because success created emptiness, but because success removed your illusion. Ambition kept you intoxicated. Success sobered you up. This is why people immediately create a new goal after achieving. You have seen it. A man becomes rich and he wants more. A man wins and he wants another trophy. A man gets fame and he wants bigger fame. Why? Because if he stops, he will feel the emptiness. So he keeps running. Running is not for achievement. Running is to avoid emptiness. Now look at your own mind. Before success, you were hungry. Hunger gives meaning, hunger gives direction, hunger gives purpose. But hunger is also suffering. You thought the hunger will end and then joy will come. But when hunger ends, something else is revealed. You were not living for the joy of the work, you were living for the reward. So once the reward is achieved, your whole life feels meaningless, because you were not in love with the journey. You were in love with the destination, and the destination is always disappointing, because the destination is a dead point. Life is movement. So if you live only for destinations, you will always arrive to disappointment. Now understand a deeper truth. Success is always outside you. It is measured by others. money, fame, status, applause, these are social measurements. They depend on the crowd. But your heart is not a social measurement. Your heart is existential. So even if the crowd says you are great, your heart may still whisper, I am empty. Because the heart does not care about your medals. The heart cares about your aliveness. The heart cares about love, silence, depth, presence. And success often steals these things. Because to succeed in society, you often become tense, calculative, competitive, obsessed. You become less playful. You become less innocent. You become more afraid of losing. So you reach success and you have lost yourself. Then emptiness comes. Now see the paradox. You wanted success to feel worthy, but worthiness cannot come from success. Because the moment your worth depends on success, you become frightened. If success goes, worth goes. So you become anxious, even in success. This is why successful people are not relaxed. They are haunted. Haunted by the fear of falling. Haunted by the fear of losing image. Haunted by the fear of being ordinary again. So success becomes a cage and emptiness becomes the background music. Now the real reason you feel empty after success is you believed that success will give you identity. You wanted to become somebody. You wanted to escape the ordinary. You wanted to be special. But identity is not fulfillment. Identity is a burden. The more somebody you become, the more you have to maintain it. So even your happiness becomes performance. You cannot be simple. And without simplicity, there is no joy. Now understand, success can give comfort, but it cannot give contentment. Comfort is external. Contentment is internal. Comfort can be arranged, bigger house, better bed, better food. But contentment is a state of consciousness. And contentment happens only when you are at ease with yourself. Success cannot create that. In fact, success often distracts you from learning it. Because success gives you the false sense that you have arrived. So you stop seeking inwardly. Now look at society's lie. Society says, become successful and then you will be happy. But happiness is not the result of success. Success is sometimes the result of happiness. A joyful person works better, creates better, lives better. But society turns the whole thing upside down. So you chase. Now another layer. The emptiness after success also comes because success is ego's food, but ego is never satisfied. Ego is a bottomless pit. Give it one achievement, it asks for another. If you give it 10, it asks for 100. So ego uses success, but success cannot fill ego. Because ego is not a real thing. It is like a shadow. You cannot fill a shadow. So the ego remains hungry. And hunger feels like emptiness. Now, what is the way out? The way out is not to renounce success. Osho was not against success. He was against stupidity. Be successful if you want, but don't expect success to be your salvation. Use success as convenience, not as meaning. Meaning has to come from your consciousness. So the first step is stop demanding that the outer world give you inner fulfillment. That demand is childish. The world cannot give you what is not in the world. So stop looking for soul in the marketplace. Now the second step, bring meditation into your success. Because success without meditation is like a palace without a temple. It looks beautiful, but inside it is empty. Meditation means you return to yourself. You learn to sit without achievement. You learn to be without proving. You learn to exist without applause. And when you can exist without applause, you become free. Now, the third step, start doing things for the joy of doing, not for the reward. This is the most radical shift. If you can work with joy, then success becomes secondary. If it comes, good. If it doesn't, still good. Because your happiness is not dependent. Dependency is misery. Independence is bliss. Now, I want to end this first part with one question that can change your life. Was I chasing success or was I chasing love? Because many times you chase success because you want to be loved, you want to be respected, you want to be seen, you want to be valued, you think success will guarantee these. But even if the world respects you, love is still missing. Because love is not guaranteed by medals. Love is born from authenticity. So if your success cost you authenticity, you will feel empty. You may have everything and still miss the only thing that matters. Now we must understand ambition. Because emptiness after success is not the problem of success, it is the problem of ambition. Success is just the last scene. Ambition is the whole film. Ambition is a future addiction. It creates a dream and then it makes you live on that dream. It tells you, not now, later. And because of later, you remain incapable of living now. So even while you are succeeding, you are not living. You are only preparing. And when the preparation ends, you feel empty because you are never in the moment. Now look carefully. Ambition is not just wanting to do something. Ambition is wanting to become somebody. This difference is very important. A man may paint because he loves painting. That is not ambition, that is creativity. A man may paint to be famous. That is ambition, that is ego. Creativity is joyful, ambition is tense. Creativity is a dance, ambition is a race. So the ambitious man is never relaxed. Even when he rests, he is guilty. Even when he smiles, the smile is not total. His mind is always calculating. And in calculation, there is no song. So his whole life becomes a strategy. He becomes a businessman of his own existence. And when you turn your existence into a business, you may earn much, but you will lose your soul. Now, why does ambition exist? Because you don't feel valuable as you are. Ambition is born out of a wound. I am not enough. So you try to prove, you try to accumulate money, power, fame, achievements, titles. You think these will finally make you enough. But no amount of outer accumulation can heal an inner wound, because the wound is not of lack, it is of misunderstanding. You misunderstand your own being. You think your worth is something to be earned. It is not. Your worth is your nature. You are valuable because you exist. Existence does not create useless beings. But society never teaches you this. Society teaches you competition. It teaches you are valuable only if you are ahead. So you become a runner. Now, ambition uses comparison as fuel. You look at someone and you feel behind. You look at someone and you feel inferior, and then you start running. So ambition is not a personal thing, it is a social disease. Society needs ambitious people because ambitious people are good slaves. They work hard, they don't ask deeper questions, they remain busy, they create wealth for the system and remain empty inside. Society doesn't care about your joy. Society cares about your productivity. So it creates ambition. Now, how does ambition create emptiness after success? Because ambition never enjoys the present. It always postpones. It says, once I reach, then I will rest. Once I achieve, then I will love. Once I become successful, then I will live. But then never comes. Even when you reach, the mind immediately creates another then. And if there is no then left, you feel empty. This is why old people often feel a deep sadness. Their ambitions are finished. They have no more then. So they face emptiness. But emptiness is not the enemy. Emptiness is the doorway. Emptiness is simply the absence of future dreams. If you can stay with emptiness consciously, it becomes silence. And silence is bliss. But if you are afraid of emptiness, you will create new desires, so you remain in the same prison. Now understand, the mind cannot tolerate emptiness because emptiness means mind is not needed. Mind exists to fill space. So when space appears, mind becomes afraid. It starts chattering. It says, do something, achieve something, plan something, improve something. So after success, the mind will try to create another goal quickly. That is the trap. If you immediately create another goal, you will never learn the secret that emptiness is actually peace. Emptiness is only frightening because you have been taught to be continuously occupied. You have forgotten how to sit with yourself. So emptiness feels like death. But it is not death. It is the death of false identity. Now, let me tell you, when you feel empty after success, it is the right moment to turn inward. Because life has given you a gap. Ambition has paused. Now you can see yourself without distraction. So don't rush to fill it. Sit with it, and you will discover that inside emptiness there is a great space. And inside that space there is a great freedom. Now you may ask, but then should I stop being ambitious? Not necessarily. But you should understand ambition, because once you understand it, it starts transforming. It stops being ego and starts becoming creativity. How to transform it? By changing the motive. Instead of I want to be somebody, change it to I want to express. Instead of I want to be ahead, change it to I want to explore. Instead of I want to prove, change it to I want to enjoy. This changes the whole quality of your life. Now your work becomes meditation, not struggle. Now your success becomes a side effect, not the goal. Now even failure cannot destroy you, because you are not dependent. Dependency is suffering. So the goal is become non-dependent. Non-dependent means you work with love, you create with joy, you live with presence, and if success comes, you smile. If it doesn't, you still smile. Because your smile is not borrowed from achievement. It is your inner climate. Now, another important point. Emptiness after success happens because success gives you outer applause but doesn't give you inner intimacy. You may be surrounded by people, but you may not have one real friend. You may have admirers, but no one who truly knows you. You may have praise, but not love. Because ambition makes relationships utilitarian. You meet people for advantage, networking, status. Slowly you forget how to meet people with heart. So you reach success and you are surrounded but alone. And loneliness feels empty. So success exposes the poverty of your relationships. Now, what is the cure? The cure is to bring love back. Not romantic love necessarily, love as a way of being. Start doing small things without purpose. Sit with someone without wanting something from them. Listen without trying to impress. Be silent together. These are small temples of intimacy. And intimacy fills the emptiness that success cannot touch. Now, one more deep reason. Success often makes you lose innocence. You become clever. You become calculating. You become guarded. You become afraid. And innocence is joy. So when innocence is lost, emptiness comes. So the real work is to regain innocence, not childishness, but a pure openness. How? By meditation. Meditation makes you simple again. It removes layers of strategy. It brings you back to your own center. Now, I will give you a simple method to use this emptiness after success as a blessing. When you feel the emptiness, don't label it as depression. Sit silently, close your eyes, and just watch it. Don't try to fill it. Just watch the space. Within minutes you will see it is not only emptiness, it is spaciousness. And in a spaciousness, there is relief. Because the burden of becoming somebody is gone. Now the final alchemy. Because the question is not whether you should succeed or not. The question is, can you succeed without losing yourself? Society teaches you only one way. Succeed by tension, succeed by comparison, succeed by sacrifice, succeed by becoming hard. But that is not success, that is a slow destruction. Real success is outer achievement with inner peace. If the outer rises and the inner falls, you have not succeeded. You have only exchanged one misery for another. So the real work is how to remain rooted while the world pulls you outward. And this is where awareness becomes the master key. Now understand, success itself is neutral. Money is neutral. Fame is neutral. Respect is neutral. They are like fire. Fire can cook your food and fire can burn your house. So it depends on your consciousness. If you are unconscious, success will corrupt you, inflate you, and finally empty you. If you are conscious, success can become a convenience, a tool, and your inner joy remains untouched. So the first thing, stop making success your identity. Don't say, I am successful. Say, success happened. Do you see the difference? I am successful means you have become the achievement. Now your ego will cling, protect, fear, compare. Success happened means life gave you something. You remain separate. You remain free. The ego wants to become the owner. Awareness remains a witness. Now the second thing, understand that your value is not your result. Your value is your being. Results come and go. Today you win, tomorrow you lose. If your worth is attached to results, you will always be anxious. So detach worth from outcomes. Work with totality, but don't attach your soul to the reward. This is what I call the art. Total action, zero attachment. It looks like a paradox, but it is the highest intelligence. You give your best, but you don't beg for life to behave the way you want. You become responsible for your effort, not for the outcome. Outcome belongs to the whole. Now, once you live like this, success cannot empty you because you are not depending on it to fill you. You are already full. Success becomes an ornament, not a foundation. Now, the third thing, remember the missing temple? Most successful people build a palace outside, but they forget to build a temple inside. So create a small space daily where achievement is irrelevant. A time when you are not a worker, not a winner, not a loser, just a being. This is meditation. Meditation means sitting with yourself without any project, just breathing, watching, being. Even 20 minutes daily changes your whole relationship with success because it gives you a center. Without meditation, you are only circumference, always moving, always restless. With meditation, you have a center. Then you can move in the world and still remain rooted. Now, the fourth thing, reclaim the joy of doing. Ambition destroyed your enjoyment because it made everything a means to an end. So bring back play. Do something with no purpose, not for money, not for praise, just because it is beautiful. Sing alone, walk silently, read poetry, sit under a tree, look at the sky. This purposelessness is nourishment. purpose is useful, but too much purpose dries the heart. So balance. Without balance, emptiness comes. Now, the fifth thing, beware of the disease called more. After success, the mind will immediately say more. More money, more fame, bigger house, bigger audience, and more will bring emptiness again, because more is never satisfied. So learn the sacred word, enough. Enough is not poverty. Enough is richness. Enough means I can stop. And if you can stop, you are free. A man who cannot stop is a slave, even if he is successful. So practice stopping. Celebrate and then stop. Rest and then stop. Be silent and then stop. Let the mind learn it is not the master. Now, the sixth thing, success creates a subtle loneliness because people start relating to your image, not to you. They praise you, but they don't touch you. They admire you, but they don't know you. So you feel empty. So create real relationships where you can be ordinary. Because if you are always special, you will become lonely. Specialness is isolation. Ordinariness is intimacy. So have at least one place, one person, one corner where you can be nothing. No achievement, no performance, just your human self. This simplicity is medicine. Now the seventh thing, learn to celebrate without possessing. Most people, when success comes, they start holding it tightly. They start fearing loss. So they become tense. But holding destroys enjoyment. Enjoyment needs openness. So treat success like a guest, welcome it, take care of it, but don't chain it. Let it come, let it go. Because if it goes, it goes. Your center remains. Now, let me say something very essential. Emptiness after success is not a failure, it is a calling. It is existence whispering. Now turn inward. The outer has given you what it can. Now stop expecting more from it. Now the real journey begins. The journey toward yourself. And once you start this inner journey, something changes. You can enjoy success, but you are not intoxicated. You can use money, but you are not possessed. You can receive respect, but you are not dependent. You can have fame, but you are not imprisoned by image. Then success becomes beautiful, because it is no longer your God. It is just a tool, and tools don't fill the heart. The heart is filled by being. Now I will end with a very simple truth. Success will never give you fulfillment, because fulfillment is not a thing. Fulfillment is a state, and the state is created by awareness, love, silence, and contentment. So keep success in its place. Let it be external. And keep joy where it belongs inside. If you can do this, you will never feel empty again. Even if you lose everything outside, you will have a light inside. And that light is the real treasure. That light is what the mystics have called bliss. Not an excitement, not a peak, but a steady inner sweetness. So remember, don't ask success to fill your emptiness. let emptiness become your meditation. And out of that emptiness, fullness will arise. That fullness is your nature. That fullness has nothing to do with success. That fullness is you. That is all. Now the last step, and this step is the most delicate, because it is not about success at all. It is about what success reveals. When success comes and you feel empty, it is not a punishment, it is a mirror. Life is showing you a simple fact. You were trying to fill an inner space with outer things, and the outer can decorate you, but it cannot fulfill you. So this emptiness is not your enemy, it is your teacher. If you understand it, emptiness becomes a doorway. If you misunderstand it, emptiness becomes depression. The difference is only one thing: awareness. Now, what do you usually do when emptiness comes? You rush to fill it. If success has happened, you create bigger success. If money has come, you want more money. If respect has come, you want more respect. If you have reached one mountain, you immediately look for the next mountain because you are afraid of stopping. Stopping means facing yourself, so you keep moving. But understand, the one who cannot stop is not living, he is escaping. And success becomes the most respectable escape. Society applauds it. No one calls it escape. They call it ambition, they call it drive, they call it greatness. But inside you know you are running because you don't want to sit with yourself. So the first thing I tell you is learn to stop, even if only for a few minutes. Let the world remain, let your projects remain, let your responsibilities remain. Just stop, sit silently and feel the emptiness. Don't label it, don't interpret it, don't dramatize it. Just feel the space. At first it will feel uncomfortable because you are not used to space, you are used to noise. But if you stay, slowly you will see a miracle. Emptiness starts turning into spaciousness. And spaciousness is not negative. Spaciousness is freedom. Emptiness is only your old mind's label for space. But space is sacred. Space is what allows everything to exist. So don't be afraid of emptiness. Be afraid of your constant habit of filling, because the habit of filling keeps you superficial. Now, another truth, success gives you the illusion that you have arrived. And that illusion is very dangerous, because the moment you feel you have arrived, you stop growing inwardly. And growth inwardly is the only growth that matters. You can grow outwardly forever, but outward growth has no end. It is endless desire. Inward growth has a culmination, peace. So don't let success hypnotize you. Treat it as an event, not as an identity. Success happened, it doesn't mean you became somebody. The moment you become somebody, you have fallen into the trap again. Because somebody means ego, and ego is never fulfilled. It is always hungry. So remain nobody. Remain simple. Remain human. Now you may ask, then what is the right relationship with success? The right relationship is gratitude without attachment. Enjoy it, celebrate it, use it, but don't cling. And don't make it your meaning. Meaning is not in achievement. Meaning is in awareness. So let success be like a beautiful chair, useful, comfortable, but you don't worship the chair. You sit on it and you get up. You don't build your soul around it. Now, one more thing. After success, you feel empty because you realize that the chase itself was giving you the feeling of purpose. Purpose was coming from running. Now running stops and purpose disappears and you feel empty. So you start searching, what is my purpose now? This is a wrong question. Because purpose is not something you find in the future. Purpose is something you live in the present. Purpose is not a goal. Purpose is a quality. When you live with awareness, every act has meaning. Even drinking water has meaning. Even walking has meaning. Even sitting silently has meaning. Meaning is not in what you do. Meaning is in how you do it. If you do things unconsciously, even great achievements feel empty. If you do things consciously, even small acts feel luminous. So stop asking for purpose as a destination. Start living with presence and purpose will be everywhere. Now, a deeper point. The emptiness after success is also a call to drop comparison, because success is born in comparison. Somebody is above, somebody is below, somebody is more, somebody is less. And comparison keeps you anxious. Even after success, you don't relax, because you start comparing at a new level. Earlier you compared with smaller people, now you compare with bigger people. So anxiety continues and emptiness continues. So drop comparison. How? By remembering one simple fact. Your life is not a competition. Your life is an experiment in consciousness. When you treat life as competition, you become violent, tense, suspicious, lonely. When you treat life as consciousness, you become playful, open, loving, peaceful. So change the direction of your life from competition to consciousness. Now, what is the sign that you are moving in the right direction? The sign is very clear. You start enjoying ordinary life again. When you can enjoy ordinary life, it means you have returned. Because the ambitious mind cannot enjoy ordinary life. It needs drama, it needs peaks, it needs attention. But consciousness enjoys the ordinary. A cup of tea, a quiet morning, a breeze, a simple conversation, a moment of silence. If these begin to nourish you, you are healing. Because emptiness after success means you lost the taste of the ordinary. You became addicted to extraordinary. And extraordinary is always rare. So you were starving. Now return to the ordinary and you will be fed. Now I want to leave you with a final meditation, not as a method, but as a way of being. Whenever you achieve something, big or small, don't immediately run to the next thing. Pause. Close your eyes for a few seconds and feel this happen. Let it sink. Not into the ego, but into your gratitude. And then ask yourself, has this made me more loving? Has this made me more silent? Has this made me more aware? Has this made me more human? If success makes you more loving, it is a blessing. If success makes you more egoistic, it is a curse. And you can choose, because the outer event is not the deciding factor. Your inner response is now the ultimate conclusion. You feel empty after success because success cannot fill you. Only you can fill you. And filling does not happen by collecting more. Filling happens by dropping the false and returning to the real. The false is ego. The real is awareness. So let success be what it is, a moment in the world. And let your center be what it should be, silent, alert, grateful. Then, whether you're successful or not, you will not be empty. You will be full, not full of things, full of presence. And presence is the only true wealth. That is all.